trust me. No matter if you're just beginning, we've been doing this forever, we all get burnt out. I call it writer's block, even though I'm not a writer, but it's the same thing, especially if it's your job. You need to create, you want to create, but it's just not happening. And I think such a good way to combat that is change of scenery. In the same way that a new piece of equipment will spark that creativity, honestly, I feel like a new place, new people, does the exact same thing. So what I've done on this east coast of Australia trip, mainly around Gold Coast, is I booked a motel and 2 different Airbnbs, both to stay at, but also to do some of the shoots at. And shooting in indoor spaces can be like as challenging as it is like rewarding, because whether you use artificial and natural light, whenever you get it set up right, it's just like the results are like that little bit more rewarding. Like where I feel like when you go to a amazing beach or whatever, like nature did that, and you've still got to put in the work obviously, but you're not crafting the scene probably as much. And they both have their pros and cons, and I am more of an outdoor shooter, so like don't get me wrong, but yeah, there's just something special about really like creating a scene both in photography and videography in like an indoor space. So yeah, if you would like to expand your creativity and spark that sense again, I honestly reach out to Airbnbs, look for Airbnbs that allow like commercial photography or whatever. Book one for a night or two, like organize people to shoot at different times of the day so you can see how the light interacts with certain parts of the house. You might shoot in the same spot of the house in 2 different parts of the day and get 2 different moods from the lighting. And I find this actually taught me a lot about lighting in general, just like shooting in the same house for like 2 days, different spots, different times. And that taught me a lot about just how light interacts, how like you can use it to set a mood with your subject. And then also if you bring artificial lights, then you can just make so many sense. Like I'll show you some quick iPhone clips of me setting up lights in a motel and then the final results. And it's honestly just so much fun because, you start to paint with light. So it's just like light and color to portray moods, stories. And then all of a sudden your brain is just going. Where if you're just, in your hometown, shooting at the same beach, the same whatever, you will just, you'll just burn out. So honestly, whether it's going to a new place or booking a space that you haven't shot in before, it honestly is just so worth it because it will just spark your creativity like nothing else. But yeah, with burnout, I think it is so important to look after yourself, take breaks. Sometimes you'll be doing paid work that you might not necessarily be passionate about, and it could always be in the same place, and that will burn you out. So just make sure to take time for those passion projects and those jobs that, remind you why you got into this in the first place. I think that is also so crucial with burnout.